Malaysians will know for certain tomorrow which candidates are standing for the 15th general election. It's nomination day, when names will be submitted to fill the country's 222 parliamentary seats. There are also polls for 59 state seats in Perak, 42 in Pahang and 15 in Perlis, as well as a by-election in Sabah. Now, this year's election is expected to be one of the most closely fought political contests in Malaysia in recent times. Once the finalised list of candidates are in tomorrow, well, the 14-day-long campaigning period officially begins. The ruling Barisan's coalition's strategy of ethnic and gender inclusivity has meant that incumbents have been dropped. Now, for more, we have CNA's Melissa Goh. She's reporting to us live from Perak, that's in Pahang State. Mel, lots of displeasure over the candidate list. What's happening on the BN front?
You know, it's not just the thunderstorm and the pouring rain. All appears to be not so well here in UMNO-led Barisan Nasional front, as the largest political party, UMNO, is said to be gripped by internal strife. Now, this after a significant number of party warlords were dropped from contesting in this general election to make way for younger candidates. Now, UMNO president, who's also BN chairman, Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, said this decision is his alone and he values loyalty above all else. Now, since then, former Chief Minister of Northern State of Perlis, Shahidan Qasim, was dropped, has switched sides to contest under rival Perikatan Nasional coalition. And others may follow suit. Now, also dropped from the lineup was Selangor UMNO Chief Anwar Omar and big names like Anwar Musa and Zahidi Zainul Abidin, and they all were ministers in Prime Minister Ismail Sabri's government until the parliament was dissolved in October. Now, when met after Friday prayers in his constituency Perak in Pahang, Prime Minister Ismail Sabri, who's also UMNO Vice President, was concerned how all these may affect the party and affect BN's chances. Let's take a listen.
Things are different now. Last time, few big names, it's a sure win. Big names like Shahidan, Anwar Musa. And now with the new candidate, we still do not know. The party is more important. Yeah, more important is our party. It's not ourselves. So everybody have to work hard to make sure that our party win the election. That's all. That's all matters.
Now, questions are increasingly being asked whether Prime Minister Ismail Sabri will still be made the poster boy for BN in this election. He may not be Prime Minister even if BN were to win big come November 19. Now, with Party President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi now seen as consolidating his position within UMNO by removing all those that align to Mr. Ismail. Now, Zahid is facing multiple corruption charges, which he claimed were politically motivated against him. Now, the Anti-Corruption Commission, or MACC, meanwhile, is reportedly investigating him over alleged abuse of power by forcing candidates to pledge their support for him to be PM. Now, the GE15 looks set to be one of the most polarized and crowded race ever, with multi-corner fights all round. The outcome is anyone's guess.
Mel, thank you very much for that update. Melissa Goh there reporting live from Perak, Pahang.
Meanwhile, the Perikatan Nasional coalition has announced it will contest all 59 seats in the state of Perak. It had previously only held 8. Perak is one of 3 states that will have concurrent ballots to elect new members of their respective legislative assemblies. Well, let's check in with CNA's Afifa Arifin, who joins us live from Ipoh in Perak. Afifa, what can we expect in Perak tomorrow?
Well, the stage is set here in Perak, known as the Battleground in Malaysia's 15 general elections. It's one of the 3 states, as you said, that's holding the federal and the state polls concurrently. So a total of 24 parliamentary seats and 59 state seats up for grabs. Of course, the opposition, Pakatan Harapan, has sent its chairman, Anwar Ibrahim, who is the coalition's choice for Prime Minister candidate, to contest here in the seat of Tambun. And Mr. Anwar himself will be up against the incumbent Ahmad Faisal Azumu from Perikatan Nasional, who was a former Menteri Besar as well as a local Tambun boy. So there is going to be a tough fight expected in that seat. But there are also other big names contesting here in Perak. We're looking at Barisan Nasional's chairman Ahmad Zahid Hamidi down in the Bagan Datuk seat, as well as Perikatan Nasional's Secretary General Hamzah Zainuddin in the Larut seat. Now, Perak Pakatan Harapan aims to win really big here in Perak, especially as it wants to create that Pakatan Harapan corridor, which comprises of states led by the coalition from northern Penang down to Selangor as well as Negeri Sembilan. So that's the aim for the Pakatan Harapan coalition. But meanwhile, Perikatan Nasional is set to enter its first ever general election as a coalition, and the coalition will be contesting at about 75% of the total 222 seats. Of course, it's leading the charge is the coalition's chairman, Muhyiddin Yassin, who will be defending his seat in Pagoh, Johor for the 9th time. So it's going to be a very highly charged elections in Malaysia in the coming days. We're going to see Pakatan Harapan as well as Perikatan Nasional pulling out all stops this time round, especially as they failed to make their marks in the last few state elections in Johor and Malacca, where Barisan Nasional emerged victorious.
And thanks to Afif Arifin, live from Ipoh in Perak.